doing? Justin here. Today we are checking out Somebody to Love by Jefferson Airplane. Fantastic tune, this one, and used in one of my favourite films of all time, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Really cool tune, this one, and good fun to play for kind of beginners, because it's with the capo on the 2nd fret, you can get away with mostly open chords. Not all, mostly open chords. All open chords. Let me stand corrected. So we got the capo on the 2nd fret. First of all, I'm going to give you the real easy run through with the real simple strumming, and then we'll look at the strumming in a little bit more detail and talk about some of the little things that you can add in there, those little stops to make it sound a little bit more slick. So we're starting off with an E minor chord for a bar. So 1, 2, 3. Then we change to an A for 2 beats, then to a D, and then 2 bars on E minor. Here's the 2nd bar. Okay, that sequence again. So we got E minor, 2, 3, 4, A to D, back to E minor, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when the E minor is found, A, D, B. I said D, B, but there's not actually a B chord, it was just the B of the lyric, but you know what I mean? And now we're on the E minor. Let's have that sequence again, and E minor, the joy, to A, to D, to E minor. There's the 2nd bar. Now we're at the chorus. We got a G to D to E minor to A, and again G to D to E minor to A, then G to D to E minor to A, don't you D, an A chord to E minor. And then we're back at either one of the linky guitar parts or another verse. So just to recap on that, the verse sequence is E minor for 1 bar, half a bar of A, half a bar of D, and then 2 bars of E minor again. Okay? And then that whole sequence is repeated again for the verses each time, okay? The chorus, we've got G for half a bar, D, E minor for half a bar, and then A for half a bar. And it does that sequence 3 times round, and then it does at the end D for half a bar and A for half a bar, and then we're into the new section. Okay, so the chorus one more time, as we've only done that briefly so far. So we got G to D chord to E minor to A, to G to D to E minor to A, to G to D to E minor to A. Now the little tag, the D to A, and then you're into the next section. Okay, now the next section's bits are a little bit different. It's a pretty weird psychedelic tune, this one, so it's going to have a few things that are a bit weird in it. The link chord sequence, the first link, okay, so the first bit of that kind of twangy guitar solo that goes on after the first chorus is a bar of E minor, a bar of A, a bar of E minor, a bar of D, and then 2 bars of E minor. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then we've got verse 2. Okay, the second time, so it goes through, then it does another verse and another chorus, another verse, another chorus, and then there's another kind of guitar-y bit. But this time it does E minor for a bar, D for a bar, A for a bar, G for a bar, and then 2 bars of E minor. Okay, again with the cool solo stuff going on over the top. The rest of the tune is made up of those bits. So now that you know what's going on in the verse and the chorus and those 2 different links, you should be able to piece that together by listening to the track. If you've got the songbook in front of you, it's all written out, of course, which makes it considerably easier, I guess. So let's have a little talk about the strumming now, because the strumming on this one can really make quite a big difference in it. One of the important things that we've got going on in this, particularly in the chorus, is a thing called a push, where we play a chord a little bit earlier. So the main sequence, the strumming pattern, is a 2-bar sequence. Okay, so I'm just going to mute the guitar strings there for a second so you can really clearly hear the strumming pattern. So we've got this 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, that's down, 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 up, down, down, up, up, down. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, and the way it's working with the chords is that the particular, let's look at it with the E minor and the A to D bit that's happening right at the beginning. So we've got the E minor, down, down, up, down, then the A, down, up, and now the next up is where we're changing to the D chord. So the D chord's not exactly falling on beat 3, it's not halfway through the bar, it's been pulled a little bit earlier. Okay, let me just play that little sequence. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3. And again. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Down, up, up, down. Okay, can you see the way that the D chord is moved a little bit early? Okay, that's called a push. We're pushing the D chord. That would be the expression that we'd say there. And as you hear, as soon as we speed it up, it adds a different flavour to it. Down, 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 up, down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. Okay, now a little thing that I often do in this kind of tune is a little pop stop just before the chorus. Now I'm doing on the E minor chord on beats 1 and 2. I'm playing the chord and then using the outside part of my hand to mute it straight away, so you get those nice little stops. Just going into the chorus, it sounds really cool. So E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, don't you want, going into the chorus there. So having those little stops on beats 1 and 2 of the last bar of E minor before going into the chorus, it's a nice little trick, and I think I used it in the little intro there with Selena. Thanks, Selena, for joining me for that, by the way. Putting those mutes in there at the end of it is also a nice little kind of trick that you can use. You can use it for ending songs or in these little pop stops, I call them, the little stops that you have just before a chorus in a pop tune. Now this sequence and this pushed chord also happens in the chorus. So in the chorus we've got G, D, E minor, A. Okay, so we've got the A chord pushed this time. So down, 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 up, down, down, up, up, down. Now I often put an extra strum in there. I think I'm putting it on the and after 3. So yeah, the and after 3. So I often put a little up strum again before beat 4. So I'm doing this pattern: down, 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 up, down, down, up, 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 down. Okay, I'm adding an extra up strum on the and after 3. So the second bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Down, up, 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 down. Now I'm pretty sure that's not on the record, okay, but that kind of feels right to me. So maybe it is on the record and I just didn't listen to it closely enough. But just in case you're wondering, hey, you're not playing what you said you were doing. That's sometimes I change stuff a little bit, you know. So let's go through that chorus sequence again. So G, down, up, down on the D, down, up on the E minor, up on the A, up, down. If we're going to do it my way there. So 1, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Outro, and then we're through to one of the links or the next verse depending on what part of the song we're in. So getting those chord changes and that push really kind of brings this tune to life. Without it, just sounds a bit plain. If I just do that chorus and now without the push, somebody to love, don't you need somebody to love, don't, even the melody, don't, it's coming, that's where it's going. Need somebody to love, don't you know somebody to love, you better find. So it's really the whole melody and everything is all kind of all about that push there. And one other thing I'll mention that I noticed when I watched a little performance back at the beginning, I'm doing this little hammer on with the E minor sometimes. Okay, so I'm just strumming without the chord on at all, and then hammering the E minor chord down. Now, that's definitely not on the record. I'm just doing that because it kind of sounds like it's of the right period and stylistically correct. But it's literally just strum and then hammer the chord on. It's not really, I seem to be doing it a little bit different every time because it's not really a worked out thing. It's just the kind of thing that it's nice to throw in there. You know, it's not a difficult thing to do with the E minor, just to hammer the chord on. You know, just strum it without it. Hammer the fingers down and see if you can come up with something that you like the sound of. Try and copy my one if you like, but it would work just as well for you to make up your own. Really cool, fun tune, this one. Great one to play along with the record, and a good introduction to the push as well. So you know, if you're new to that strumming stuff, if you're a beginner and you're on stage 3 of the course, don't be trying to do that push stuff yet, because you might find that a little bit tricky. Just keep it straight. And you know, most songs that you learn, you want to learn them real well and solid, a really easy way first, so you can play along with the record and play it consistently, and you feel confident with the rhythm. Most people struggle most with the rhythm. Okay, so really working on that, and only when you feel really hip with that it's strong and you feel confident with it. Confidence is a big deal with the rhythm, you know. When you're feeling confident with it, then you can start adding in these other kind of more fancy ideas, you know. But you really want to make sure you've got a good foundation before you start building on it, you know. So have fun with this tune, and I'll see you for plenty more lessons and songs very soon. You take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.